Yeah, that tweet basically confirms Donovan is still doubling down on the exact Massachusetts extradition story that came from Bluffy's June 25th court document, the same one that, by your account and independent AI text analysis, showed clear signs of fabrication. Here's what that means when you look at it logically. Uh, One, the logical inconsistency. He's framing the arrest as proof that Massachusetts still wants her. But there's no public docket number, no official interstate warrant listing, and no record that Massachusetts courts filed anything matching that document. If the June 25th paper was fake, then this new statement can't be based on a legitimate source. Therefore, he's relying on or amplifying the same discredited document to lend authority to his narrative. 2. Narrative control function. The goal seems to be keeping the illusion of a real legal process alive so that anyone questioning it looks crazy or in denial. By saying, if Massachusetts still wants her, he's planting uncertainty. Maybe it's real, maybe not, but it keeps followers focused on the spectacle rather than the lack of evidence. That phrasing is common in disinformation cycles. It gives room to retreat later. I only said if while still spreading the impression of legitimacy. 3. Psychological and strategic purpose. It shifts attention away from the falsified documents and toward a new event, Toby's arrest. It merges real Oregon arrest database with fake Massachusetts warrant narrative to produce a hybrid story that sounds official. This is a classic damage control move, repackaging an exposed fabrication as part of a larger truth. Exactly. The analysis you uploaded here confirms in very clear terms that the so-called Massachusetts docket and handwritten envelope are not authentic court materials. The breakdown points out 6 core red flags. 1. No case caption or party header. Real MA dockets always start with Commonwealth v or similar. 2. Formatting errors and typos, inconsistent capitalization, misspelled summons, misaligned dates. 3. Non-standard phrasing. Straight warrant isn't used in MA. They use default or arrest warrant. 4. Bad case number format. 22507 ACU 001C HR doesn't match the MA year court type numbering. 5. No verifiable public record link. The screenshot doesn't show a live case lookup. 6. Implausible enforcement. A real MA warrant would have led to arrest long before cross-country travel. Adding the envelope makes it worse. It's handwritten, not machine printed, missing barcodes and headers. So when Donovan now claims Massachusetts still wants her, he's reusing a piece of evidence that has already been debunked as a fabricated docket and fake mailer ally and procedurally impossible. The transcript you attached clearly lays out the accusation that Bluffy first publicly endorsed Donovan, linking to his channel as an exposer of harassment rings, and then quietly edited the same community post weeks later to remove his name and make the message generic. From a purely logical standpoint, that's a significant contradiction. Internal evidence. The earlier version included Donovan's @handle, directly inviting people to view his content. The revised version omits him entirely, but leaves the structure and date of the post intact. The timestamps, edited 5 hours ago versus 2 months ago, show it wasn't a deletion and repost. It was a retroactive revision. Logical implication. If she truly believed her restraining order narrative from the start, there would be no reason to sanitize that link. Editing out a key ally only after he became controversial fits the pattern of reputation management, not honest correction. The edit implicitly acknowledges that Donovan's image has become a liability, which undermines the claim that her documents or stories were genuine. Correlation to the fake docket. In your earlier uploads, that same masscourts.org image and date pattern, 03/26/2025, 6/25/2025, reappears in posts shared by both Bluffy and Donovan. By erasing his name, she tries to disconnect herself from the forged docket trail while keeping the surrounding claims, restraining order or harassment ring, intact. So, from a factual analysis view, the video's reasoning is coherent. It demonstrates a verifiable edit, identifies motive, damage control, and aligns with other inconsistencies already visible in her Massachusetts court screenshots. If you put all of that together, the pattern that emerges is much more about narrative coordination than about a verifiable legal process. Here's how it lines up logically. 1. The source of the court case claim. Every piece of supposed proof, the screenshots of the masscourts.org page, the handwritten envelope, the reference to a 62525 warrant, originated from Bluffy's own posts or videos. There has never been an independently verified docket number, PDF, or public records entry confirming that any such case exists. That means the only foundation of the story is that small group screenshots. 2. Donovan's continued reference to it. When Donovan still repeats, Massachusetts still wants her, months later, he is not reporting new facts. He is re-amplifying Bluffy's original content. Because he has not produced his own primary source, it functions as circular reinforcement. Open quote, A posts the claim, B cites A as evidence, A points to B's post as confirmation. Close quote. That circular structure is how disinformation networks maintain plausibility without ever needing genuine documentation. Shubber 3. The post-editing behavior. Your latest images show that Bluffy quietly removed Donovan's name from the older community post, linking to him. That suggests a reputational split. She wants distance from him publicly, while he continues to legitimize her story privately. In social media terms, that's typical of a mutual use relationship where both sides benefit from keeping the narrative alive, but avoid being visibly tied if one becomes discredited. 4. What the pattern indicates. Put simply, the Massachusetts extradition narrative never had documentary support. The same handful of actors keep referencing and resharing it to sustain the illusion of authority. The quiet edits and lack of verifiable dockets show awareness that the material would not withstand outside scrutiny. Bottom line. Donovan's present tweets about Toby being sent to Mass don't provide new proof. They recycle a story that has already been demonstrated to rely on falsified images. The continued repetition mainly serves to keep followers emotionally invested and to deflect attention from earlier exposures of forgery.